Season 40, Queen Sandra.
Thank you.
This is insane. Do you think that we would be at this point in season 40?
Well, Jeff always said throughout the years that there were never enough winners that were great. In other words, there was good winners and bad winners because that's what you take from it. But he always kept saying that that was never something that was going to happen. And here we are.
Here we are.
And I think they started with a couple of winners and a couple of runners up that actually sat there in the final three but lost. And then little by little saw that they could get enough winners to actually make up a whole season, and then they just went for it. When I got invited to do 40, I was already on Island of the Idols season 39. And it wasn't until halfway through that Jeff said to me, would you consider ever playing? And Boston Rob said no, right off the bat. And I was like, Jeff, sign me up. But that was it. And then I guess by the time we got off the island, it was a done deal.
Have you had a chance to have a break? I mean, you were on season 39, here you're going to season 40. Are you ready?
I was ready. We had a 2-week break, but then I really started taking everything seriously. Not only was I mentoring players in the game alongside Rob, but now I was really watching him also. Because I was like, if there's anybody that I need to learn something from, it's Boston Rob.
What did you learn from him?
So instead of it taking me an hour to open up a coconut, I think I could do it in 7 minutes. It's the truth.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I would depend on others to make fire, only because, like, you see all these people in Puerto Rico missing their fingers from playing with machetes, so I was always like, and now I'm like, like, if I lose it, I lose it, like, you know, so. And talking to him and listening to him, and he went in detail about when he lost All-Stars, and although Amber won, and he loves Amber, and Amber won, and so in general, in that sense, he also won, that season came with a lot of regrets for him. And so I would just sit there and listen to him because, you know, it's like, it's fascinating to hear him say, hey, I've played 4 times, and this is how I messed up each and every time, and then finally, on season 22, Redemption Island, where he finally won, you know, he played his heart out, but also he didn't get credit like I guess he wanted, because it was like they put him with all these little kids. You know, it was like taking candy from a baby. So I think that also has its issues. But anyway, I learned a lot from Boston Rob to where I was the student now. Knowing that in the future I was gonna go play against people that I needed to have more strategy, you know, and he could give me this insight.
So talking to him and listening to him, what is the one thing you will take from Rob going into this game?
I learned from Boston Rob that if he's out there, our friendship is out the window. And seeing Amber here, I had never seen Amber before. Never met her, although I have a relationship with her husband from playing with him before. He told me that after she won All-Stars, that she would never come back and play. There was nothing else she needed to do. She was done with that aspect of her life, and now it was her, Boston Rob, and the 4 girls. He would never send her out here. He would never come out here if he knew he was the first one going home. Therefore, if I see him, and now that I've seen her, something must have changed in the last 2 weeks that we were taking a break at home that led him maybe to believe that he has a better shot in 40 than being the first one voted out. And that worries me because only one person can win.
I mean, you have a legacy. You've won twice now. Are you worried about that legacy now?
No.
No.
I have to play from the bottom up. I have to play like I'm the target day after day after day, which is what I am. But I'm not the only target out here. If Hatch is out here, he's a target. If Rob is out here, he's a target. Jeremy's a target. Tyson is a target. Parvati's a target. Kim. So we need to all get together, stay together, because if not, we'll all be in New Zealand or Australia or somewhere in the pre-jury trip together if we're not on edge of extinction. Which I think that's going to happen.
Really?
And I don't want to go there.
You don't want to go there. In 2016, you didn't win. How has the game changed since then?
The game has changed so much. And that's another thing I learned on 39 Island of the Idols. As we were mentoring these kids and these players, because they're not all young, you know, they're of all ages. They were coming up with strategy that I'm like, I never thought of that.
Very interesting. So you're learning from them as well, and you're taking that knowledge and you're evolving your game.
my eyes to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that's another reason me and Boston Rob both know these secrets, you know? Like,
Yeah.
can we work together? Is 3 a crowd? That's what I need to find out.
How have you changed since the last time you played? And also doing season 39.
I don't know that I've changed a whole lot other than I'm getting older. You know, being out there for 36 days, I knew that once I did 40, if I did it, that it would be my last season and I would be retiring. Survivor has been part of my life for 17 years, on and off. And I've evolved with the game too because I had no choice, because I learned from 39. I learned from Boston Rob, so I'm ready to implement everything I've learned. And I can't be specific as to what I've learned. I just know that every second counts. And I've always known that I only
What about
have 39
interacting
days.
with people? A lot of people talk about the way you play your game. Do you
That's
think
not
that
gonna change for
that's
me.
not going to change? You're going to play the same way.
I'm a social player.
Yeah.
If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, you're gonna know I don't like you.
Straight up. Yeah.
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 And that's another thing. I have a lot of relationships with these people outside of the game, but I don't know everyone here.
Yeah.
I don't know every single person here. And then some I've known for years, and others I've known for maybe 5 minutes at the last charity event. Like game changers. I was hoping for the best, but I was prepared for the worst. And that's what's gonna happen here. If I was me, I'd vote me out.
Really? Really?
Because if I get to the end, I'm gonna get that $1 million
You're
a
going to
third
get that
time.
money. And my last question. You, as one of the best winners, and aside from Rob, who else over this 40 season has had the best winning game? Strategically as well.
Tom Westman.
All right.
I will say it over and over and over again. No one can compare to him. He dominated.
Yeah.
Dominated Palau. And there's definitely people who I think aren't even on his level. He should have been here.
All right, queen. Go be a queen.
I will.